Hello everybody, today we are going to see Azure services. What is Azure? It is a cloud platform provided by Microsoft, like we have AWS for Amazon, Google Cloud Platform from Google. The same way we have something called Azure from Microsoft. So what another cloud, it is a cloud provider which will provide the services for the IT organizations to perform the tasks. So what are the services? We will see one by one. So as I said, Azure is a cloud computing platform and service provided by Microsoft. So again it offers the same services, IaaS services, PaaS services and software as a services like AWS and Google does. Similar to other major cloud providers like Amazon Web Services and Google Platform, that is what I have said. Next, what services it will provide for computation, like we had EC2s there and virtual machines there. Here also we have something called, Azure Virtual Machines, AVMs, which allows user to run virtualized Windows and Linux services on the cloud. And apart from that, Azure Kubernetes Services provides managed Kubernetes clusters for containerized applications. Containerization we can do with Azure Kubernetes Service, and Azure App Service offers a platform for building and hosting web applications. So different, all are providing the same service, but names are different. Amazon has given its own names, Google has given their own names, and here Azure has given its own, Microsoft has given its own names. For storages, we have object storage or and file storage and block storage, like what we had in AWS. Apart from that, and this Azure people will also provide blob storage, file storage and Azure disk storage. So these details we will learn further, but right now you should understand what storage facilities are provided by Azure. Databases, variety of management managed database services are provided, like Azure SQL database for relational database services, and NoSQL database services, Azure Cosmos DB is provided, and other Azure database for MySQL, PostgreSQL and MariaDB. So these are the different database services which are provided. For networking, we had VPC in both the cases. Here it is called Azure Virtual Network, VNet, to create private networks in the cloud. So like we had VPC there, here we will be having VNet. Apart from that, Azure Load Balancer and Azure Application Gateway provide load balancing and traffic management capabilities. So and DNS is for hosting websites and all. Azure DNS offers domain name system hosting for hosting and all. These services are provided. So in networking, and in big data, Azure includes services like Azure Synapse Analytics. Formerly it was called as SQL Data Warehouse for data warehousing. So this service is for data warehousing, and then Azure HDLN site for big data analytics, and Azure Databricks for collaborative Apache Spark based analytics. So whenever you want to have a big data and analytics things, then Azure provides these services for you. And artificial intelligence and machine learning, so Azure offers like Azure machine learning, Azure cognitive services for pre-built AI models for vision, speech, language and decision. So these pre-models are built and provided, which can be used by any organization who want to use it. So Azure bot service for building intelligent bots are provided. In Amazon also we had bot service. Here also we have, this is called as Azure bot service, which help us to create bots for our applications. Identity and security, here we have something called Azure Active Directory, which provides identity and access management. There we had in AWS we called it as IAM, and in Google platform we called it as Google IAM. Here it is called as Azure Active Directory. And Azure Security Center offers threat protection and data security and security management for Azure resources. For development tools, Azure DevOps provides a suite of tools for software development, including version control, build automation and release management. So what are the steps involved in a development? All these steps are done using provided using Azure DevOps. Azure also supports various programming languages, frameworks and development environments. As we have seen in the AWS also, different IDEs and different frameworks are provided. Here Azure also provide different frameworks. So this all comes under development tools. So these tools will help us to develop our application on cloud. Internet of Things, Azure IoT Hub, it enables bidirectional communication between IoT devices and the cloud. So whenever you are working with IoT devices, some applications you need to build, then this Azure IoT Hub enables. It also provides Azure IoT Central, offers a fully managed IoT application platform. So when I want only communication and bidirectional, then we go with Azure IoT Hub, and whenever I want to develop a IoT application, Azure provides something called Azure IoT Central. And computation, so Azure Functions allows you to run event driven functions without managing infrastructure, that is what is serverless. Azure Logic Apps provides workflow automation and integration capabilities. So different functions, like we had Lambda functions there, here also they have some Azure functions which are event driven. So you want to trigger some function, you want to run some function based on some activity, then Azure Functions will help. So these are all serverless computing. You are not going to manage anything, everything is managed internally with the help of triggering functions. Thank you.